Hey guys, welcome to this overview of Microsoft's new feature as part of Project Online known as Roadmap. We're going to get into a couple different areas here around Roadmap. We'll talk about what is it and how it fits in with Project Online, basically how they will work together as part of an overall solution for you. We'll also talk about the what I'm referring to as the Project Online landscape, because this includes a lot of different tools and services that are available to you now, and we want to talk about how they fit in with each other, and what's available to you on different devices, and really take a deep dive into all these different tools and services. So when we talk about Microsoft's roadmap, we want to make sure that we distinguish that from the Office 365 roadmap, which is a great place that you can find releases and updates to the overall tool set and what has been released and what is planned to be released. So it gives you a good idea of what's coming and how to prepare for those things. The Project Online roadmap is different. It's a feature that is going to be enabled in your Office 365 environment. You're just basically going to turn it on and then you can use it. We'll see how that looks when we actually go through the demo. There's a new URL, or there's a centralized URL that you can get to as an Office 365 user. Once you connect to here, you're authenticated, and this takes you to that centralized location, which they're calling the Project Home area. And we'll take a look at that a little bit later on as well. Now, the way I've been describing Roadmap is it's really a hub more than anything else. And this is what is going to allow you to visually see and represent very specific date and activity information across the various projects that you have and the ones that you're managing. And they're both waterfall and agile projects, but more than anything, where they're actually being managed and held. And what the idea behind it is, one is in Project Online and the other one is in Azure DevOps, from the perspective of managing your agile projects in one place and your waterfall projects in somewhere else, and then being able to visually see them together side by side. So that's really the idea behind it, and it's not a competitor to Project Online, it's a feature. So technically speaking, it is just going to be turned on within your organization. So you'll just go into the services area, look for Project Online, and essentially enable it. If it is not allowing you to do that, it's more likely telling you that in your region it is not available yet, or there's some other settings that you need to look in. And so when we think of it as this hub, we are able to, as I was describing earlier, able to bring in these projects coming from these different sources. And in this case, you see Project Online in the form of waterfall projects, and Azure DevOps in the form of these boards, as they're known, and being able to represent activities happening in that environment and then bringing them into Roadmap. So it's visually surfacing this project information, right, that we're able to share and provide access to certain users to. Now, when we think of Project Online, we really want to think about the entire landscape of tools and services that are available to us, not just simply this new feature as part of Roadmap, but if we think of Roadmap as that centralized location, we can then think about all of the different tools and services that really support it, like Project Online. So Project Online is the centralized location where we are storing these project plans, right? We are saving, publishing them. We are able to upload documents related to projects, track our issues and risks, and do everything that we have been doing within Project Online for a number of years, and before that, Project Server. What you also have is Project Professional, of course, the scheduling engine behind the overall solution. This is where we will manage and do all the heavy lifting around the project task lists and the assignments and the updating of progress, etc., from within Project Professional. We also have now the ability to work with Azure DevOps and be able to track these agile projects with what are known as DevOps boards. So boards can also be pulled into the project roadmap so that they can be represented side by side with your project online projects. And so that's a great way to be able to visually see that information and how they stack up against each other. Now, the other part of this solution that I would say is part of the landscape, which is outside of Microsoft, it's actually a tool from a third party, right, from an outside vendor known as Project Online Time Reporting. And there was rumor of Microsoft actually releasing their own time reporting app, but currently today we have the app from Sensei, which is Project Online Time Reporter. And so if you go look for this app, whether you're on an Android or the iOS, you can pull it down and connect to your project online instance and start tracking your updates against your assignment. So it's a great part of the solution. It's freely downloadable and you can pull it down on these various devices. So from a time tracking perspective, it's a great part of the solution. Then we have Planner, which is part of the Microsoft ecosystem, the 365 list of apps that are out there. It is also free that you can download, and it plays very well on different devices. Again, Android tablets, iOS, and you can get Planner tasks and assignments directly within the app that are being assigned to you. How it fits in very well within Project Online is that project managers can tag tasks that are within their schedules, of course, to Planner plans, which can then be, of course, communicated out to the team members that need to do the work. And so there's this synchronization and the ability to update the information that's coming from the team members via their app directly into the schedule. So it blends very well with how we can communicate this task information to the team. Speaking of teams, we have Teams, of course. This is a new app. It's taking over the Skype for Business solution that has been out there with Microsoft for quite some time. And we're hearing a lot about this tool set because it's what every organization needs, really. A collaborative communication environment where people can meet and they can work on certain items. They can chat. They can pull up the cameras and actually have online meetings real time, and it's connected directly with their calendar. There's voice over IP functionality, so if you need to dial somebody from an outside line to bring them in, all that functionality is there. So this overall is the landscape. These are some of the different areas that we'll go into. We'll start with the roadmap, and you'll see some future kind of videos, everything just fitting in to each other to give you guys a good sense of what you should be looking out for and really just taking advantage of these new powerful tools.